All right, Gun Circus, what's happening? What's up, Chadley? All right, let's see if I can prop this phone up here. This may not work, but I'm going to try. Give me a second. Deanna, how you doing? All right, this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to carry it. All right, let me turn the camera around. I'm going to show you what I'm working on. Okay, this is my slow juicer, and I'm going to show you the difference here in just a moment. This is a regular juicer. Atta girl, Deanna. Get on that treadmill. All right, I want you to see the pulp that comes out of the slow juicer. I've already ran some, and I want you to see what it looks like. This stuff's really dry, and that is what you want. That way you know you're getting all the juice out. All of the nutrients are going, are being salvaged. So I had some, I'm not even sure what the farmer sent me, but some really dark lettuce. And this is what I got out of it. I had 3.5 small heads. It didn't make a great deal of juice, which kind of surprised me, but you can see how dark it is, how rich in nutrients it is. And then I just showed you how dry the pulp is from it. Now I want you to see what we're working on. Everything you see here, with the exception of the celery, came from, I'll save you some, Cleve. You'll be over here in a little while anyway. I'm preparing this for you guys. We're having the Incognito Banditos over tonight for a cookout, so I'm working on some prep stuff now. But what you see here is green tomatoes, which anybody from the South is familiar with. What you see cut up right here, these are some green apples, not Granny Smith, but also locally grown. You can see some cucumbers, some squash that are a little immature, and plenty of Tennessee pears. If you guys never seen a Tennessee pear, the only thing I've done is just cut the top off of it so that little stem's gone. But I grew up on these things. We had a tree in our backyard. And then this is just some of the other stuff that the farmer sent. I've got a bunch of squash that we're going to prepare tonight. Some red potatoes also that I'm preparing for tonight. And then some more apples and tomatoes. The tomatoes are for tonight. But I want you to see how these juicers work. Now, when you're mixing your ingredients on these things, you need to be kind of careful, because certain things make a great deal of juice and have a very strong flavor. Cucumbers is one of them, and I'll demonstrate. Now, you can see here how much juice is already coming out. And I'm only halfway through that, if you can see that through the camera there. And look at it, it just pours out of there. And that's just from 2 small cucumbers. Now, you've already seen what I've got here, and I ran that through the slow juicer because I wanted to get the maximum amount of nutrients out of that. And then I'm going to take some celery, and celery is another one you have to be careful with because, again, it's super strong. Show us your biceps. Let me show you how I'm getting my biceps first. All right, hang on one second. I'm going to have to set this camera to the side. All right, sorry about that. I had to pull that apart, and I couldn't do it with one hand. Okay. See how that just eats straight through that? And the celery's already throwing out an enormous amount of juice on the other side. And you should smell it. I wish they'd come out with smell-o-vision for this, because you can smell as it's being ground up, you can just smell the end product coming out. And notice that I put leaves, stems, everything in. It's all going to get ground up and end up being drank. And then there we go. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine those greens. Actually, wait a minute. I'm going to go ahead and finish these cucumbers up. This is going to be pretty strong. Glad you like it. Alright, you see the outcome there. Now this thing has 2 speeds. That's turbo speed. And you see what happens on turbo speed. Now I'll use turbo speed when I do stuff that's harder, like these guys, because these are really dense. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my greens together. So I'm going to pour this into that. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to juice my fruits. And when I juice my fruits, I want to be able to control the amount of sugar that I'm getting in there and the taste, so I can mix it and make it come out the way I want. So I'm going to start with my apples. Bear with me, I'm going to get some more of them. You can hear that thing hitting turbo speed over there. These apples, by the way, are amazing. Okay. Alright. Now we're just going to run this through. Oh, it's getting jammed. There we go. Alright, let's keep that going. Get the rest of these apples in there, and then we'll go to the pears. And then I'm going to show you how the slow juicer works on those squash there. Somebody earlier asked to see my biceps. Just go to my YouTube channel. You can see all that you want. The Gun Circus on YouTube. Alright, now I've got this pretty full, so I'm going to have to work at it to get it down in there. See how much is coming out. That really makes a lot of juice. Okay, now let's get on with some of these little guys. Like I said, they're pretty dense. It's going in pretty well though. Let me get this turned a little bit so you guys can see that better. There we go. Now that foam that you see on top, I've been told, is the sugars that are settling to the top, or rising to the top, I should say. Can hardly pick it up. Deanna, be sure to say hi to Tracy. She's over there on the treadmill too. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a few more of these just because I want to get them all juiced. So bear with me just a second. Woo, it's flowing over. Okay. Now this is my little jug that I use. And, oh, y'all at a different location? Okay. She's at the one over on Old Fort. You must not be going too hard if you can type, though. Get busy, girl. Alright, here we go. Go back and finish this up after I drain this out. Made quite a bit. I'm going to have a heck of a mess to clean up. Okay, down to the last what, 5 now? Yeah, 5. And then I'll run that slow juicer just so you guys can see what that looks like. And then I'll do a taste test. You see if I hit it or if I missed it. Sorry, I just saw somebody ask a question, but I didn't have a phone where I could read it. Alright, now 2 more. Deanna, I can usually drink this for a week. I'll keep it in the refrigerator. I know if you read up on it, they'll say it loses an enormous amount of nutrients in a day, but I'm not sure I buy into that. Okay, now I've got this here, and I'm going to take what I just did, put it into this. Come on, Courtney, that's what this is for. Incognito bandito night. Alright, now I'm going to mix this up just a little bit before I taste test this. And then I'm going to add that squash in regardless of what it tastes like. Probably not going to be enough sugar in it. Probably going to have to sweeten it a little bit more. That's really rich though. I mean, look at the color of that. It's practically purple or practically black purple. Oh wow, man, that's really wild tasting, really green tasting. I'm definitely going to have to sweeten that up some more. Okay. Show you this slow juicer real quick and how this thing works. Alright, this is what came out, and just so you can see that, it's kind of hard to see. There you go. I know if there's any burners out there watching, they're thinking it looks like a bunch of marijuana, but it's extremely dry. Okay. Now, I'm going to run one of these squash through it just to give you an idea. I'm actually going to have to cut this in half, so bear with me. Hang on 1 second. That slow juicer is a much smaller opening, so I can't put as large of a item in there. But if I cut these in half, they go right in. Okay, now we're back to it. Alright. Now the slow juicer, you notice the difference in sound, and then when you look at it moving, it really is slow, but it's got a more powerful motor. I'm just going to set these down inside like that, and then I'm going to take my little plunger and push it down in. Now what you're seeing is from where I juiced the greenery earlier, so it's basically just pushing what it has in its reservoir out right now. Okay, it's mixing with that squash, and the color's coming out a little lighter than what it was before. Now you can see the color's kind of getting more like what I would expect it to look like. It's kind of washed out what was already in there. Alright, and just to show you again what it looks like when it comes out the other side. The lighter green is what I just did. That is the leftovers that was still in the chamber back there from that lettuce that I did earlier. And I'm not even sure what kind of lettuce it was. It was something a farmer sent. Okay. So now I'm going to pour this in with my sugary part that I'd already done. And then I'm going to come back and pick up what I did earlier, this stuff, because it had a bite, boy. I'm going to cut that with the sugars. Okay, there we go. Look at that, made just a perfect amount right there. And I've still got some sweetener left over if I need to cut it even further. And I've still got some green tomatoes that I'm going to put in there. Okay, so that gives you guys a little better understanding on the slow juicer and the regular speed juicer. And I'll drink on this for about 3 to 5 days. Also, I'm having surgery on my shoulder, and the week before my shoulder surgery, I'm going to juice regularly. That way I have a really strong immune system. It'll help me faster in my recovery. And then for 2 weeks following the surgery, I'm going to do the juicing as well. So over that 3-week span, and this is just something that I've learned over time, I generally do see a difference. I generally heal better and faster when I'm juicing. So it's not something that I can do all the time. It's not cost effective, but I do get these CSA boxes that have all these locally grown produce in them once every 2 weeks, and generally I will juice about half of what's in there, and sometimes Tracy and I will go out and purchase some more and supplement that. So that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed that. For you Gun Circus folks that have been watching, appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see you tonight. Tracy and I are spit shining the house. We'll have everything tuned up and ready to go. So if you want to come back and catch this broadcast, just go to Periscope. Periscope, it'll be saved on there for 24 hours, or you can catch it on the Gun Circus on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Gun Circus out.